Hey, what's up guys? I've been meaning to make y'all a update video of what we got going on with the 4600 class Ultra4 race truck. It's a 81 Toyota pickup. It has a 22 RE. The motor is from DOA Racing Engines. It's got a big head, big cam, bottom end's fairly stock, ARP bolts, good OEM gaskets, everything. It's fairly simple, reliable. We've got 35-inch Maxxis Trepador radials. You can't run a sticky tire in that class, so these are the next best thing. These are great tires. I had 0 flats at the last race and almost everybody did. Raceline wheels, they're custom purple blue. They're supposed to be a little bit more blue, but they look pretty sweet. So for the suspension, it's the factory rear springs in the front with some random out-of-leaf springs. King 2.5-inch shocks with 2-inch diameter, 2-inch travel King bump stops. We have a factory 85 housing with the long truss. I've got it fully trussed all the way out to the knuckles everywhere. I just ordered a diamond front axle housing, so I'm pretty excited for that. I have flattened the factory knuckleballs, so that's always been a worry for me. I have 7/8 heims for my steering, which have been great. They get a little squeaky, but other than that, they're great. These are 3/4 inch bolts, so I'm not breaking any of this. I have the factory knuckle with trail gear high steer arms, my personal 5th stud kit. It's done great. I've never had any trouble out of any of that. My brake setup is 1st generation Tacoma rotors with 2nd generation V6 4Runner front brake calipers. I had to machine the hub down to get these rotors to slide on, but it's great because I can replace these whenever I get them into rocks or whatever. So super simple brake setup. On the front I got a Warren winch that I got, actually a great hand-me-down I got from somebody. Yeah, so and in the rear I have 63-inch Chevy springs, nothing special. It's basically like the low range mount kit. Some stuff I made. Got the 2.5-inch King shocks on the rear. Got a factory housing. I've installed the inspection plug. It's great to be able to look at your ring and pinion between races because you can't tell if it's hurt and you don't want to pull it to check it out. I've got a track bar that I've made. The King shocks, they hang down a little bit lower than the axle. They do get hit sometimes, but I've honestly never really got hung up on them and it's been a big problem. But I love these shocks. These are the best part of the truck. I have tuned them a little bit, but I think when I go to Hammers this year, or if I take it, I would love to get it tuned by them. The brakes setup on the back is the same as the front. It's the 1st gen Tacoma rotor, 2nd gen 4Runner V6 calipers. That's also a kit that I sell. It's just a cheap bracket, and then you buy the parts. You got to machine the axle, the face of where the wheel bolt's on. It's not a big deal. Super cheap, great brakes. This is the best brakes I've ever had on any Toyota pickup. Yeah, so we got the track bar. It's great. I've had some problems. I've actually broke it multiple times. I really need to like redo it and try some other geometry ideas. I don't really have it perfectly figured out yet, but this one works good now, so I'm gonna leave it alone for now. In the bed, I've got my spare, my toolbox. I usually keep water, oil, a few miscellaneous parts in there, nothing crazy. I got my 2 fire extinguishers. It's a must-have. My homemade Harbor Freight jack that I've built and got this extension on, which is awesome. I've got a 28-gallon fuel cell. This thing is awesome because I can run forever on this. I could trail ride for days on it. I can race for hours. It's great. If I was going to do it again, I would do a bigger one, but I'm still very pleased with this. So yeah, it's a super simple build. The cage is outside of the back of the cab, just in the front of the bed. It works great because it's very tight inside. Even though these doors are dented in, they still open great. Yeah, the interior is just super simple, nothing special. You know, cage is super simple, Corbeau seats. I got these Crow harnesses, which I love. They're super skinny right here, so they fit in your Hans device perfect. Yeah, just super simple steering wheel. I've got my little radio here. I don't hardly ever use it, but you got to have it for racing. You get broke down, you can be able to radio something into somebody. But yeah, this is basically it. The only thing I'm changing is to the diamond front axle housing, basically so I can just jump it harder. Other than that, this housing has been pretty strong. I've replaced one knuckleball on it before, but we should never have to do that again. It's running 529 gears, a Detroit locker in the front, 529s in the rear with a spool, and just bolt-in RCV axles, and they've held up extremely good. The hubs, it doesn't have lockouts, it's just got the trail gear hubs with it does have all the pins drilled in it, so that's great. I always bolt check these, make sure these are good and tight. But yeah, everything on this truck runs great. It's super reliable. You'll have to come check it out at a race. The next race is at Visions in Jay, Oklahoma, at the end of next month. I believe it's like the 25th. It's pretty local to me, about 45 minutes. Yeah, if y'all want to check it out or come see the truck, sit in the truck, look it over, whatever you want to do, just come out and say hi, and we'll see you out there.